Hey everyone, Miro here. Welcome back to What the Fuck Wednesday. We're here with Cat Lady again, and last time we met Anne, and she wanted us to get some red stuff, which essentially is a drug that she said comes from the heart of a spider in the land of dreams beyond the mirror. So here we are. We found it. And I imagine we've got to cut it open. So hard to concentrate. Is this thing filled with drugs? We're also on drugs ourselves, so... Alright, let's cut this thing. Uh-oh. Let's use this. I'll fill it with this drug. It looks like blood. Perfect. That's all we needed. Okay, thanks, heart. Alright, now I'm gonna go lay down and let this shit wear off. I've never actually been on, like, anything harder than laughing gas, so I can't imagine what the stuff they'd give you in hospitals would actually do to you. Much better.
The drugs have worn off and I feel better now, but I can't let them do that to me again. I need to get out of here.
Yo, lady, I got your res shit. God, what happens if you drink it? I should have gotten extra.
I found the thing you asked me for, but are you absolutely certain it won't harm you?
Don't be silly. Of course it won't.
Fine. I hope you know what you're doing. Can I have your name band now, please?
Yes. No matter what they say, I do keep my promises.
What do they... You know what? It doesn't matter. Thank you for your help.
Oh, okay, bye. Alright, now we have a glove, a discharge letter, and our name band. Well, not our name band. Let's get out of here.
Can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from your doctor first.
Here. Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that you are indeed Anne Burton?
Oh, all right. I didn't realize you knew how to read. There you go. Can I go now?
Of course. Thank you, Mum.
These security
We'll see
guards.
you soon.
They are about to be in
No,
so much trouble.
You won't. Now get out of my way.
Man, we're kind of an asshole. Nice. We're out. It's a storage room door. Well, let's go in it. Oh, it's locked. Got some employees only. Door to some office. Also locked. Dime ward. Maternity ward. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Busted.
And you must be Susan Ashworth.
Well, perhaps I am?
Do you mind if I ask you where you're heading to?
I was just going for a little walk, stretch my legs, get some fresh air. Give it a rest. I'm not going anywhere.
Miss Ashworth, please relax. There's been a mistake. You have been prescribed wrong medication. I apologize sincerely on behalf of my team and the hospital.
Sue them.
But luckily we managed to spot it on time.
On time? You have no idea what I've been through?
Once again, I'm truly sorry. I promise no more drugs will be given to you. I personally guarantee you will have a good, peaceful sleep tonight, and you can be discharged in the morning.
Why can't I go tonight? I want to go now.
I'm really sorry, but we can't legally discharge suicidal patients without a full psychiatric assessment. It's too late for it now, but I promise we'll have a chat in my office first thing in the morning, okay? And then you can go home. Is that all right?
I haven't really got much choice, have I?
So that must be when we're talking to Dr. X in his office. Yep.
Now I'd like to ask you some questions about your life, Susan. You might find them very personal, but it's important that you answer me as honestly as possible.
Fine. Let's get it over with then, shall we? I'd like to go home at last.
Of course, I understand. So, Susan, let's see. Are you living alone at the moment?
I mean, I have Teacup. I rent a flat. It's quite lovely most of the time. I live on my own. It suits me just fine. I live with a friend. She must be worried sick about me. Unless we're talking about Teacup, we don't live with anybody. That doesn't really answer his question. Oh, and I read that wrong. It's quite lonely, not lovely. Let's do
I
this
live
one.
on my own, and it suits me just fine. I don't need anyone. People mostly bore me. Sometimes they annoy me or upset me. I'm happy with how things are at the moment. I have my little bit of space, and it's my own. It's private. I'd like to keep it that way.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in between jobs at the moment. I'm a waitress. I work in a cafe. We don't actually know what she does, except for the fact that she used to be a nurse. So I imagine we're in between jobs.
I'm between jobs at the moment. I'll find something soon. But it's been difficult. I didn't feel that great. I felt weak and powerless and tired most of the time. I felt really awfully tired.
Typical depression symptoms. We can give you something for that. You'll feel stronger.
I thought
and
you said no more
motivated.
drugs.
I admire your faith in modern medication, Doctor. I hope you're right.
Describe to me what your mornings look like. What is the first thing you do each day?
I drink coffee and smoke on the balcony. I eat breakfast, cereal usually. I have a cup of tea and read the newspaper. I lie in bed awake, can't bring myself to open my eyes. I go to the toilet, doesn't everyone? I put on the TV so I can watch old TV shows. Oh man. I guess I would go with this as if it were me. This option about lying in bed awake will definitely get us stuck here forever. I'm a tea drinker. I don't read the newspaper, but I like play on my phone, so that's the equivalent, I suppose, nowadays.
I have a cup of tea and read a newspaper.
Perhaps having some breakfast first would improve how you feel through the day.
Should have said cereal.
Just something to think about.
Sure, I can try that.
Would you say that you feel safer at home than outside?
Who's to say I don't eat breakfast? Yes, for the first thing I do. Not everything I do. I don't eat breakfast, though. It's safe.
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really about safety. I've just felt sad for a long time now. Really sad, you know? Somehow it brings me down even more when I go out and see all those happy, successful people. It makes me feel more like a failure. If I don't see it, it doesn't hurt that much.
What do you think is missing in your life? Or rather, what is one thing that you think would make your life better?
Okay. It would be nice to have more money, I guess. A good friend, someone I can finally trust. I know it's silly, but I wish I was better looking, or something to fight for, you know, a reason to go on. Let's see, our whole goal here is to A, get out of the ward, and B, find the parasites. And the Queen of Maggots said they would be very eager to be our friend. And since Liz just up and disappeared and maybe didn't exist in the first place, Dr. X is my next suspect for a parasite. So maybe he'll be our friend.
A good friend. Someone I could finally trust. But I can't see anyone will turn up anytime soon. I've become a social hermit. People avoid me.
You'll have to try to open up a bit. Hopefully the suicide watch worker will work with you on that.
Don't think it'll help much. I heard they're not very good.
Really? Sorry to hear that. Have you ever attended group therapy for depression or some other form of counseling?
I mean, sure.
Yes, it didn't help much, as you can see.
Just something to think about. I can see you're really willing to open up and talk about your issues. That's a positive sign.
I haven't really talked about my feelings for a long time.
You're doing very well so far. Do you have problems sleeping?
Every night, or rarely, I sleep most nights. Every night?
Every night. I take pills for that. There aren't any left now, though.
In the light of recent events, I think you should stay off those pills for a while. I suggest you drink some hot milk before bed instead. Would you describe for me how you feel at the moment?
I just want to go home, bro. I feel fine now. Definitely better than before the accident. I feel like the whole world is against me.
Definitely better than before the accident.
Good. Hopefully you can now move on from here. With a bit of luck you will enjoy life again. Suicide attempts often have that effect on people. Same as near-death experience. It makes you realize that you're not ready to die yet. Do you find it hard to concentrate?
No, not really. Yes, sometimes. No, not
No.
really.
Not really.
Do you drink alcohol, Susan?
No, or only sometimes. Alcohol will make this seem worse since it's a depressant, so we'll go with no.
No,
That's good. Alcohol
Yup.
is a powerful depressant.
I never really liked drinking.
Excellent. Sometimes when life gets too much and people feel sad or upset, they think about suicide. Do you often think about suicide?
No, of course not. I don't know what got into me. Well, I used to think about it sometimes, or yes, I think about it often. I like this one because it uses the word used to, which we're all about moving past it. Obviously, we did think about it, so we can't deny it.
Well, I used to think about it sometimes. Don't you think about it when you're really down?
Susan, I'm a psychiatrist. My job is to talk people out of it. Would you ask a fireman if he ever thinks about setting fire to his house?
I suppose not. But I'm sure lots of people have times when they do think about it.
I couldn't say, Susan. The statistics show that men are 3 times more likely than women to commit suicide. That puts you in the minority. But of course, that's missing the point. Suicide is never the solution. There's always a way of solving whatever problem you might have.
I realize that now.
Please, in your own words, try to explain to me, why did you really try to take your own life, Susan?
Oh man, we're getting deep. It was just a sudden impulse. I'm ashamed of it now. Nothing is making me happy anymore. I wanted to show everyone how hurt I was deep inside. I don't really know who the everyone in this statement applies to because we don't have kids. I don't think we have family. We don't have friends. So, our cat? Or just a bunch of random strangers in the world, I guess. I suppose the reasoning would probably, if we're severely depressed.
Nothing was making me happy anymore. There wasn't a single thing that would bring a smile to my face. I kept thinking, won't it be better if I just disappear? I tried. I really tried to find something. Took a long bath, picked up a book, watched some television, but I just couldn't get into anything. All those things seemed like worthless distractions, and I myself felt obsolete. needless. It just would get worse and worse. By the afternoon, I realized I cried for the past 3 hours. I didn't even know I'd been crying until I went to the bathroom and saw my face in the mirror. I looked like a ghost. I looked like I was dead already, you know? And then I saw the sleeping pills. I thought, why not? And I did it.
Do you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
Not anymore. Sometimes when I feel really low. Sorry guys, we're getting real up in here.
Sometimes, when I feel really low, I used to think everyone would be happier without me. But I guess people don't really care. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
My cats working used to make me feel happy. Antidepressants really did it for me. A long bath. Music. I play piano when I'm feeling down. Well, you know, of course, teacup. They always say that animals have like a healing ability for people when they're sad and like they know to come and love you.
My cats. I always put out a bowl of food for the stray cats. They're ever so grateful. I like their company.
Oh my god, they aren't even our
What
cats.
makes you feel worse?
They're just stray cats. Teacup, you aren't my cat for life? Okay, what makes me feel worse? People, they have let me down too many times. I hate it when it rains all the time. Noise, too much noise really upsets me. Loneliness, I wish I had someone to talk to. It's hard to say, it could be anything. For me, I would probably say noise, just because I hate it when there's noise that I'm not making, like, in my life. Like the neighbors playing bass, or car alarms. It's stressful. Rain is also kind of depressing unless it's like those big, good, robust thunderstorms. I guess we'll go with loneliness, though, so that we can continue on the I want friends path and get buddy-buddy.
Loneliness. I wish I had someone to talk to sometimes.
And yet you seem to avoid people.
Because they're only interested in themselves.
Not all of them, surely. I'm beginning to think you are actually afraid of finding a friend, because it would force you to come out of your shell.
Call it what you like. I'll sure be glad when I find the right person someday.
Have you imagined your funeral, and how people will react to your death?
Oh, I never really thought about that. Probably nobody would come anyway. I imagine it often. I hoped people would feel guilty. No.
Oh, I never really thought about that. But I guess it would be a cheap one. I
Aw.
don't really know what they do with people like me. Maybe they just throw us in a hole and forget about it, since there'd be nobody to visit my grave anyway.
I don't think so, Susan. The city would pay for it.
Or so they want people to believe.
Finally, I'd like you to tell me about Eric.
Eric?
Yes, your husband. I believe this might be important. What can you tell me about your relationship? What had happened between you two?
Oh man, guys, we have to come up with a love story, or I guess a falling out story, since I didn't even know we have a husband. I don't really want to talk about this. It's got nothing to do with him. Can I go home, please? There's nothing to talk about. It's getting late. Can we talk about this some other time? Oh, damn. We're gonna deny it 100%. I feel like if we just keep begging to go home, these people will just get annoyed with us. There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about.
Fine. I suppose you've opened enough for one day. Okay, one more question. This is just a formality, but I have to ask, are you going to do it again?
That's a hard one. I don't know. But hey, I've got it. The answer is no, I'm not. Thank you very much.
Excellent. We're nearly done here. There's just one more thing I must clear with you. What exactly happened last night?
Well, after I'd met you outside the ward yesterday, I went back to my room and fell asleep. I slept really well, considering what happened earlier. But then someone woke me up. It was the same nurse who was so friendly with me the first night. She said we needed to talk.
Damn, Liz is still a thing.
We must go, Susan. You are not safe here.
But...
Please, you must follow me. Quickly.
Oh, okay. I guess... Well, this is interesting. A game and a memory?
I went after her. The ward seemed very quiet. It must have been late at night.
Hurry!
Wait for me. Tell me what's going on here.
Can I just go back to my room? No, not a thing. Alright, we have to follow the directions.
The security guys were gone. She pointed at the corridor and said,
You go first. I'll explain everything in a minute.
Who is this lady? Oh.
Susan, if we don't escape now, they're going to hurt you. Please trust me. I know a way out of here. I'll help you escape. Let's go down this corridor. I'll be right behind you.
This is sketch. This is super sketch. Oh, she's like literally gonna... Okay, everything's still locked. Right behind me. Oh, there she is. I guess we keep going this way. Accident and emergency.
I think I can hear someone coming.
Yeah, her.
Damn it! We can't go through there. Let's turn back, Susan. I know another way.
I wonder what this lady's on about.
Turn left here. We can use the maintenance lift to get us out of this place.
Oh. Is there anything else to interact with? Is that a mattress? She's definitely leading us to a rape den. She took me to the roof? Bitch is gonna try to push me off the roof.
What are we doing on the roof? Liz,
Bitch fucking, she's gonna
what the
kill
hell are
me.
you doing?
Oh, what
And
the hell?
Why is there blood on your clothes? Liz,
It's quicker than the stairs. And besides, all the doors are locked anyway. This is the only way out of here. The only escape. Let's both jump. It won't hurt, you'll see.
Have we been coercing with a ghost this entire time? You've lost your mind. Get down from there right now. This is a bad idea. Come down and we'll talk.
this
Talking.
is a bad idea. Come down and we'll talk.
I've made up my mind. I need to end this suffering now. Besides, I have no one to live for anyway. No one ever listened to me. No one ever cared.
Bitch, I listen to your stories
I
for
listened.
hours.
You're a nice girl. You have your whole life ahead of you.
You listened. Did you really?
Of course I did. You talk a lot, but I've always been a good listener. I liked talking to you.
So do you remember that story then? The one
Oh,
I told
fuck.
you the other night? The one about the woman in A&E?
Oh, God. She disappeared and was later found dead in the toilet. The one who kicked the security guy in the crotch. Yeah, she smoked a cigarette and burned in bed. Jumped off the roof and broke her spine. Actually, I don't think you told me that story. Oh my God. Did she tell me a story? Guys, you have to understand I've been playing this game over the span of a couple weeks. Not in succession. Fuck. Maybe I should go back and check the video footage. I don't want to get her killed. Alright, I tell you what. I'm going to do something super crazy. And I'm going to end this episode right here. And when I come back, I'm going to know whether or not she told us the story. And I'm hopefully going to save her because this is a tough decision. I feel like she told us one about a lady who smoked a cigarette and burned in bed. But I could be wrong. Shit. Alright. Well, I will see you on the next episode of What the Fuck Wednesday when we will, magically somehow know the answer to this. And we'll be able to save poor Liz. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. And I will see you all next week.